Now clap it up, down and dirty on the field. Make a mess and then I make them clean it up. Clean it up. On the village, not a drill. $50 million deals. Yeah, we get the cap for real. I make it through the...
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now here's a throw that's complete, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. For Kirk, there's a peek at the numbers in last week's game. 4 catches, 70 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding it for a short gain.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
On second down, it's Pollard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
26, Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Herbert now. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On first down, Thomas. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 2nd and 9, Thomas. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it, not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They'll pitch this out to Pollard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Run for Pollard. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 52 yards on the ground for him so far.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the Cardinals are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Henderson will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Smith catches left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Thomas. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Thomas. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Thomas. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
What's the deal, y'all?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richards. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down at 5. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 3rd down. Back to throw again. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here we go now with Smith. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Herbert off of play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
A first down carry for Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They keep it with Smith on first down. Shreds the tackle, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Looking to throw. Thomas. Space to run past the 20. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. Back to throw. Thomas. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On first down, Pollard. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and goal, Herbert steps away to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football.
After the play, the run on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Pollard. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. All right, ball at the 1-yard line, 4th down. What do you say?
I say go, because if you can't get 1 yard, what's the old adage? If I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win anyway. Tell your team it's that time. Who's going to get down into the trenches?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you know,
now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Zaven Collins. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
The Vikings on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be third and forever. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Play action. It's Herbert. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 40. Six-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
that's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Thomas now to throw on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert, quick pass out wide. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to pass here with Herbert, eluding the pressure right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter. 2nd
down and goal. Herbert. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
trying to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Fighting him off. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Pollard again. Oh, good move. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Arizona, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-4.